What's going on, guys? Back with another weekly show. We got some pre-orders to talk about as far as Xbox and PlayStation, some gaming news, some upcoming releases, and some pickups at the end. So let's go ahead and get into it. First, we'll start off with just the pre-orders for Xbox. So first of all, Xbox announced that they had pre-orders going live this week. They had a set time and date, and they sold out pretty quickly, relatively for the most part. I mean, they didn't shadow drop stuff like PlayStation did, but they still went really fast. It was not that great of a scenario. I know a lot of people still had trouble getting them. I think I was in line at Walmart, and I believe I could have gotten one, but I just didn't want to pull the trigger just because I want to get a PlayStation secured before I get an Xbox. That's kind of where I'm at, where I think I actually probably could have gotten it. I was at GameStop's website. It didn't turn out too good. And I went to Walmart and I went and everything, and went to the process, and I think I could have actually purchased, and I just decided not to. But for what I hear, they still sold out pretty quickly. PlayStation also kind of leaked a couple throughout the week. Not much, but I think Friday was supposed to be the big day where they had some where we get in stores at GameStop. People camped out for them and all that stuff. I'm not about that. I don't want it that bad. I mean, I want it, but I can wait if it comes to camping out overnight. Also, they had some that kind of went live in store, I think, throughout the day, and their process, GameStop's process, to where you just waiting in line. I feel like that's just as bad as I don't know why they even do that, because they kind of will have you hanging there in line for 10, 15 minutes, and then it just tells you they're out of stock, and then it'll put you back in line maybe a half an hour later, and then they're out of stock. So I don't get that whole process. It's stupid in my opinion. But regardless, I mean, if I get one this year, I get one. They may leak some out maybe in October. It doesn't seem like there's going to be that many pre-orders out there going live. I'll just wait till they go in store and try to pick one up whenever I can. So it's not, at this point, I'm not going to sweat it that much. I want one on day one, but if I don't get one, whatever. Other stuff that kind of went on, like Microsoft or Xbox purchased Bethesda, I guess to be more specific. Microsoft purchased ZeniMax Media, which is the parent company of Bethesda, and they purchased them for $7.5 billion. And what that is going to do is it's going to bring a lot of new gaming franchises over to just Xbox, probably Game Pass. And we're talking like Dooms, we're talking Wolfenstein, The Elder Scrolls, I believe Dishonored, and Fallout. And there's a bunch of other stuff that is kind of owned by Bethesda. So I know a lot of people are excited about this. I mean, for me, it's not none of those games I care too much about. I'm not too big, and most of those games are first-person type games, shooters and stuff like that. And I'm just not. It's not really my genre. But I know that regardless of it being my genre, that's still an amazing, huge purchase, and I know a lot of people that means a lot. So I mean, what it does mean for me is that I think more than likely I may actually get an Xbox now this year. So I still want to get a PlayStation first, but I think what I want to do is get an Xbox if I can take advantage of the trade-in deal that GameStop has. So I don't know. It's probably going to have to wait until they actually have some available in stores. And if I can trade in one of my Xboxes from last generation that I have and get 100 or 200 off towards a Series S or Series X, and I might actually do that. Because what I think I may do is just use that as like my third-party machine, because I have Game Pass, and there's nothing really just grabbing me that I have to play on Xbox. But I think it's just going to be saving money as far as like if there are third-party type games that I want to play that I don't really want to buy, just having that access I think is really convenient. So I may just get it just for the convenience. But like I said, there's nothing that's really grabbed me saying that there's nothing that I really have to play on there. But I think the convenience, and like I said, I already have Game Pass. There's just with EA Plays, Bethesda, and all the other stuff that they're going to have on there as far as Game Pass, it really is a knockout deal. So if I can take advantage of one of those trade-in deals, then I may do it this year. If not, then like I said, eventually I'll get one anyways. But that's still some pretty big news as far as just gaming that went on this week. So let's get into some upcoming games and just collectibles in general. So this week, so Friday, October 2nd, Star Wars Squadron will be dropping on the Xbox One and the PS4. And it's only a $40 title. This does have like a short campaign, single player campaign, but the primary focus of this game is the multiplayer gameplay, and it's like a multiplayer squad-based game, and it's something that I had so much fun playing Battlefront 2, just a starfighter gameplay in that. I thought it was so good, so I'm interested to see a game focused primarily on that, just what that's like. So that drops this Friday. I will be picking it up and playing it, and I'll try to let you guys know how I'm liking it next week. Next up, so from Strictly Limited Games, I ordered a lot of games from Strictly Limited Games, but they have coming out today. Probably by the time this video is out, it'll already be in pre-order. But they have the Darius Cosmic Revelation. So this is going to be available for the Switch and the PS4, and this includes two fantastic arcade versions of games in the Darius series. So you got the G Darius HD. This is going to be a port of G Darius in high resolution, and this is also developed by M2, who does great emulation. But this game was ported to the PS1, but this is not going to be that version. This will be the arcade version. Also, this is going to include Darius Burst, another Chronicle EX, and this is based on the arcade version as well, not the PSP port. So these are two really cool games as far as like just getting a release together on the in the Darius series. And like I said, these are the arcade versions, which is always excellent to get. But they're also going to have a standard version and a collector's edition. So the standard version for the Switch will be limited to 3,500 copies. The standard version for the PS4 will be limited to 2,000 copies. And the collector's edition for the Switch will be limited to 2,500 copies. Collector's edition for the PS4 will be limited to 1,500 copies. And I always get the Switch version of these, just because I tend to go Switch as far as just collectible type stuff when I get things. Even though I prefer the PS4, if I'm going to in things as far as an investment, then I typically get the Switch. But the PS4 of their games typically do sell out faster, and it's probably because they have less quantity, which means they're probably in the end will be worth more. But also from Limited Run Games has Doom 64. This is kind of like the port that kind of came to the Switch like a couple years ago. So you can get that available on the Switch and on the PS4. And that's an open pre-order till October 25th. And they have a standard edition and a classic edition. All those editions for both of them are open pre-orders till October 25th. So go ahead and check those out if you are interested. All right, so let's get into some pickups. So first off, we'll start with the statue. This is a DC Collectibles DC Cover Girls Mira by Jolie Jones. Absolutely fantastic, gorgeous statue. I had gotten the Jolie Jones version of Wonder Woman a while back, and I've been keeping my eye on this one for a while, and it finally dropped down. This, I think, it's the purchase price for this is usually $125, and a lot of times it's on sale for around $100. It dropped down to, I think, $81, and that's where it's at now. So if you like that statue, I'd go and check it out. I purchased it off Amazon. I'm sure you can find it other places, but for $80, that's a gorgeous statue. Love it to death. Also, I got recently, I ordered this from Strictly Limited Games, and I would like to go more into depth about this at a different time. So this is the Darius Cosmic Collection from Strictly Limited Games. This was kind of available from PlayAsia a couple years ago. It got really extremely collectible, and then Strictly Limited came and also made a version of this, and their version comes with all kinds of stuff. It comes with like an international version, like just it's the Cosmic Archives, which just goes into a lot of stuff as far as, but a lot of this is in Japanese, which kind of sucks. It's a lot of the original archives from, I think, just like the Darius series in general. And it comes with just a lot of stuff inside. But the Cosmic Collection, the whole big selling point on it is you get 2 games with it, and it's all the arcade versions and then all the console versions of like Darius 2, Sega, all these things. There's multiple games. I'm not going to go into all of them. I could do a video on this by itself because it's a pretty comprehensive collection that includes a lot of stuff. But I got that a little while back. So next up, we will go into, I got Sonic Blast on the Sega Game Gear. So I actually didn't know this. For some reason, I got this off of eBay. Somebody had this listed as Sonic Drift 2, and the price for it was really good. And I looked up what Sonic Blast was as far as pricing. So it was a good price whether it was Sonic Blast or Sonic Drift 2, and got it. And then I realized that this is actually, it's Sonic Blast, not Sonic 3D Blast, which this is actually a 2D game. So it's not like, you know, the Sonic 3D Blast on the Genesis and on the Saturn kind of have that isometric view. This is just like more of like a 2D style classic Sonic game. It's also, you can play as Knuckles as well, but kind of has like those rendered graphics, like kind of like similar to Donkey Kong Country. So it's a pretty unique Sonic game on the Game Gear itself. So got that this week. I also picked up Action Fighter on the Sega Master System. So this game kind of starts off like remind you a lot of like Spy Hunter. You're in this car going up the street and you're shooting at things, and then kind of as you progress through the level, then you kind of, it turns into like a vertical scrolling shooter. Your vehicle gets like turbo jets and you start flying, and then all of a sudden you are playing like a vertical scrolling shooter. So it's a very unique game on the Master System. It's also pretty inexpensive. It's a difficult game, but it's pretty inexpensive. You can get a complete copy for under $20 pretty consistently. Next up is Super Hang On the Sega Genesis. I don't know what else I really need to say about this. It's just a classic Genesis game. I've had this on like the 6-pack collection for quite some time, and I've just been eyeballing it, waiting for a complete collection of that at a good price, and I finally picked it up. Next up is WWE 2K BattleGrounds on the PS4. I had been talking about this game for quite some time. I know when it got released, I liked 2K Playgrounds a lot. This interested me quite a bit, so I wanted to pick it up just to see what it was like. I had a feelen I should have just held off on it. It's only a $40 title. I haven't played much of it. I've played a little bit. The game is not broken or anything like that. I mean, it's got glitches, it's got problems, but it's definitely playable. The issue I have is there's so many characters, and you have a very limited roster to begin with, which you can unlock them through playing through the game or through purchasing them. And it's just, it kind of is irritating to me that they don't have everyone unlocked. But it's okay. It's an arcade style wrestling game. I should have waited. I think it's a much better purchase. I think at the $20-$25, which I'm sure by Black Friday it's going to be that price. So if you haven't got that game yet and you were kind of thinking about it, I think you should. If you were thinking you would want to pick it up, you probably will like it. But I would definitely wait for the price drop, because I think it's a game that'll drop in price pretty quickly. That's my prediction. As far as I got a Superman Man of Tomorrow Steelbook from Target. This is a Target exclusive. So this is more or less like a reboot. It's supposed to be like a reboot of the DC animated series, where they focus more on like solo movies, not the kind of universal kind of like movies that they kind of have been kind of gearing towards. This is kind of like the second time. This kind of upsets me, because I haven't watched the movie yet. I want to open it up and watch it because I heard it's pretty good, but the steelbook was really dented up and messed up, so I need to return it to. I ordered it online. This is kind of issue I've had with, as far as just since COVID has started, ordering steelbooks online. I used to always go in and just pick up steelbooks out the store. It used to be something I used to love to do on my way to or from work, go in Target or Best Buy and just pick up steelbooks. But now I'm not near. Now that I moved, I'm not necessarily. I got to go about 20-25 minutes to get to a Target, and I don't. I work remotely now, so a lot of times I've been ordering steelbooks online, and this is, I think, the second time I've kind of got burned to where a steelbook I've gotten is just really dented and kind of like not very good, to where it's like this thing, I know once I open it, it's not going to, you can kind of hear it. Once I open this thing, it's like the spine on this thing is wrecked and it's not going to work, so I got to return that. But that is it, guys. Sorry about that complain little whine session. But it's one of those things that just I tend to like to pick those things up in store. And I've ordered probably like 20 or so since I've been since the pandemic has started, and probably 2 out of those 20 have been pretty crappy, which sucks. When you go in the store, you can just those are the ones that you would pass on and not pick up. You look for the one that's not all dented. But that's it, y'all. So I hope y'all had a good week, and maybe y'all had better luck than I did as far as picking up your PS5 or consoles. But let me know what you guys have been playing. And as far as like what I've been playing, I wrapped up Super Mario Galaxy from the Super Mario 3D All-Stars collection. And that is, I actually have that rated right now, even though it's that Wii game, I have that rated as my best Switch game. And that's just one game off of the collection. I just love the Galaxy series. I really do. I can't wait for the Galaxy 2 to come out, and I think the Galaxy 2 may be my favorite, but this is the first time I've played all the way through Galaxy 1, and it is fantastic. And I do like the fact that I feel like it has more story involved in it as far as Rosalina and just all that type of stuff that goes along with it. That it has a different element to it that most Mario games don't have, and then just the platforming and level design is just fantastic. And I know they upped the ante on some stuff in Mario Galaxy 2, but I love this game to death. Can't say enough about it. I think I only got 61 stars. I got 59 more to go. I'm going to end up completing that game, so I'll go back through and get some more stars, but I did complete the main story and the normal ending. Also, Darksiders Genesis. So I started playing through Darksiders Genesis this weekend. I love the Darksiders series. I actually got that collector's edition months ago, but haven't got around to playing it. Just had too many other things that I've been playing. So I finally started on that, really enjoying that as well. But that is it. Now that is it. So I hope you guys have a good week. And let me know what you guys have been playing and what y'all have picked up as well. And let me know if you're going to get that Doom 64 or that the Darius collection from Strictly Limited Games. And I will see you guys in the next video. Later.